Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome back to ARPG episode 11. It's a late night edition. We're recording this a couple days earlier than our normal schedule because Chewy just so happens to have a day off today.
Episode 12.
It's 12? I thought it was 11.
I'm pretty sure it's 12.
Whatever. Okay, we'll figure that out later. But yeah, I'm Guru. That's Chewy. And as we start every ARPG episode, Chewy, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Can't really complain.
Why are we...
Cold week.
I mean, it just started snowing not that long ago. And then... Well,
yeah,
actually a while ago. And then it stopped, so...
Yeah, the snow's probably coming here after. That means joy. Anyway, as we do, we like to start our episode with some news around the world. And a news that actually just dropped today that is just a big, oh God, is the news that apparently next week is going to be a recap episode for Promised Neverland.
Ah. Right.
Yeah.
What is this, episode 5? 6?
Yeah, I think we just had episode, let me get the exact number. I think it was episode 5 last week. Let me pull it up. Yes, we actually just had episode 5.
Okay.
And now they're saying there's going to be a recap episode that is confirmed by Anime TV. Yet, this is an 11 episode series. And we're already having a recap episode.
I just noticed that too. There's 11 episodes.
So, like, unless this is like a different type of recap episode, like maybe people are theorizing that they're recapping the arcs that were skipped, even though nothing has been confirmed that they skipped any of the arcs in the narrative. So I don't know how people are theorizing that.
I don't know what to tell you.
But Jesus Christ, like Promised Neverland's already off to a rough start with the whole narrative change in the original scenario crap. But if they actually go through with a recap episode at episode 6, like how does it even recover?
I don't know, but apparently, it's all part of that original script, and yeah,
that's the thing. Like it's that. I've always been preaching. I don't think Promised Neverland season 2 is awful. I mean, the pacing is just completely shot, but I've enjoyed the world building and the characters to a decent amount. But like, if they're already getting through a recap episode 6 of an 11 episode series, when they've been writing an original scenario this whole time, what is going on with their production?
I don't know. Maybe it's Corona.
Maybe, but then again, freaking the thing I don't get is that this is made by Cloverworks.
Right, yeah.
Like, these are the guys who have been, like, pumping out some pretty good crap. Like, they're doing Wonder Egg Priority, and wow, Cloverworks is winning 3 anime this season.
Well,
Wonder Egg Priority, and Horimiya, and now Promised Neverland 2. And of course, these are the guys who did freaking the Fate Grand Order, and Bunny Girl.
They also did Darling in the Franxx.
And they did the Ace Attorney series. Though
and
I think
did Persona 5 the animation.
I think all those were made when they were like, I believe they were a subsidiary of A1.
They did Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit on that. And make that fire hydrant disappear.
Yeah, no, they separated from A1 just after 2018.
You know what, Marcel? Just be the city of Philadelphia in this case. And when it comes to your local basketball team, just trust the process. And then when the process fails you, you go back and you fire Sam Hinkie once more.
I was waiting for a reference to that. But no, it's just, here's the thing. I do not understand why this show is failing like it is. Because it's an 11-episode series. Like, was it COVID, as you said? Or are they just working on too many shows?
Or they did not put enough time into an actual original plot with the writer and they just rushed something? I don't know. I feel like the OG fanboys out there are probably going to be like, it's because they didn't stick to the original script. And I'll be like, okay, maybe. I don't know. We haven't seen everything yet, but maybe. That's a possibility in this case now.
I mean, sure. Like, by the end of it, the story may be worse than the manga. Nobody's denying that, but we can't make that assumption now.
No, yeah. Right? But that is a possibility at the moment.
No, that is a willingly possibility. But, like, Promised Neverland was already delayed once due to the pandemic.
Maybe he was a one-pump chump, you know? Like, he got one thing going on, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to pull out, oh, God. There's, like, a bunch of stories like this that have, like, alternate endings, but, like, what's a famous one? Fuka. I'm going to try out a Fuka right here. And then, but this time, I'm going to be the one who makes the change. even though the guy who wrote Fuka was okay with that ending, but still, no. I'm going to pull a Fuka here.
Well, I mean, the thing about this one is the author is there. She's supervising the scripts and helping out with it. So, like...
Well, you have to remember here, too, Fuka, the guy who originally wrote Fuka, the mangaka, never said that it was bad. He said there was actually... He wanted a different ending, and it was this kind of thing. And he was okay with it, that they wrote it that way. But at the same time, yeah, it wasn't him that... He didn't do that, though, nor did he supervise. But still, this is... I don't know. Maybe it was a try and a fail kind of thing. Who knows?
I just don't... is the original scenario and COVID screwing them up that much that they have to do a recap episode?
Or, as I said before, maybe the writer's just having problems right now or something. I don't know. They're either just, like, not getting the same type of feel they had when they originally wrote Yakusoku no Neverland.
Oh no, it's going to be interesting to see what happens this week with it, because, like, I feel like if the recap episode through, you can't recover from this.
Maybe they're having marital issues or something. I don't know. You know, it's just something affects something in the end.
Yeah, no, it's so weird. Promised Neverland season 1 was so freaking good. But just season 2, well, I don't think it's been as bad as people are claiming it to be. I think its pacing issues have just kneecapped it a bit. I am interested to see where this show goes, because there's a lot of the world and the characters that I do enjoy. I just am kind of worried we're going to see it just torpedo down now.
I see.
Yeah, but no, that's Promised Neverland. That was something like my jaw hit the floor when I saw that posted. I'm like, no, let's not pull a freaking recap already, guys. But yeah, no, this week's been interesting.
Maybe that's a red flag. Maybe this is a red flag. No, it is a red flag.
It feels like a red flag, especially if the recap is actually, like, going to happen.
You know what, Marcel? As soon as the recap ends, the next episode, I'm not going to be surprised at this point where, like, freaking mechas come out. Or like everyone turns out to be cyborgs as actual zombies, and it's already a dream or something like that.
Speaking of, I just started watching Knights of Sidonia.
Oh,
Not bad.
It's God, something about like that genre, Knights of Sidonia, and other anime like that. They're just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a big fan of like mystery thriller or like the type of that's mystery / a little bit of. It's not really horror per se. It's just thriller. Yeah, I guess it's just mystery thriller. I don't know. I find it's hard to get in, especially anime wise.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like if it was a live action, I'd be like, okay, not gonna watch it all. Anime, it's like, okay, I can watch this a little, then get through it and be like, I'm not sure if I want to watch this anymore, and then get to like a deep part and be like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm kind of scared where this is going. And yeah,
I could get that.
I don't know why. Something to do with like the art style and things like that.
Well, the CG is interesting. I think the character CG is a bit rough. But it definitely isn't the worst I've ever seen. Anyway, second thing I want to talk about is another weird one. Have you seen what Hachima's been doing in a Hololive?
No.
Okay, so you know how Hachiman used to be in her debut this tsundere idol, right?
Nope.
Really?
No.
You're gonna make me explain it, are you?
It's about a VTuber. Yeah, I'm gonna get you to explain.
Okay, well, pretty much, Hachima, or Kai Hato, as a VTuber, was meant to be this, her character was a super tsundere, right? You pretty much know how tsunderes go, right?
Yeah, they act one way, but they're actually soft and gooey.
Yep.
They're a cinnamon roll that's trying not to act like a cinnamon roll.
And then fast forward, a little bit, all of a sudden she goes insane. Like, you've seen some of the stuff Hachiman has done, right? Bitch made pasta, smell my feet, reviewing her own lewds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she went insane, and it's been going on for like quite a while now. Like, she's pretty much ran with that character ever since maybe a couple months or two after her debut.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rather entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
She's brought the tsundere back.
Oh.
Yeah, for like the past, I don't know, the past week and a half, all of a sudden she's brought the tsundere back, and now she's creating this story where the tsundere and like the degenerate are fighting for control.
Oh.
Like a multiple personality disorder thing.
Dysplasia, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much she started about a week ago with like all of a sudden streaming as freaking Hato, right? And then all of a sudden she posts a video of like Hato captured behind a cage with the caption "Free Hato." Then all of a sudden she's streaming as Hato more. And then she's like having Hachiman call Hato when she's streaming as Hato or vice versa. And then yesterday she decides to decapitate Hato.
Oh.
And then today she just posts a photo. I think I shared a view, the one with her tied up.
Okay.
Behind like bars and whatnot. I'm just sitting there just like, what? I'm going to say this, I'm going to hate it. This story's probably better than Promised Neverland.
You know what? Yeah, probably.
No.
Well, I mean, it already beats a lot of stuff like X-Arm and stuff like that. But yeah,
But like, I'm just sitting there just like, this person is literally creating an entire story just with like more shit posting. Also, I mentioned this to you before. She reviewed her lewds.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, like she reviewed her lewds, and it was just, oh, she's reviewing her lewds, and yet she doesn't get demonetized, but Swissay does.
Oh,
makes total sense, doesn't it? Like the final lewd was fucking Hato tied up.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm kind of amazed at like, wait, she's telling a story like this. It's insane.
Hey, if you get creative, you can get creative.
Yeah, like her last video was Vahato saying, "Help me or kill Hachiman," and I'm just like, what? It's yeah, no, it's something. I'm kind of impressed. And she's running she's running with it so well that when she's playing Minecraft and the other girls are in there, she's pretending like her account was hacked.
Oh.
I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, you pull off a character hard enough, I suppose you can go crazy. I mean, no. Yes. No.
Why are you saying no, yes, no?
I'm saying, you develop a character enough, I feel. I don't know. This is personally, I'm not an actor, but, if you pull off a character long enough, yeah, you discover other parts of them, right? And then I guess if you also get kind of personal with it, you can again expand it even further than what it is. And it's not, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities when like delving into characters and acting certain ways and things like that. So it's interesting.
And I mean, it's a great way to like help you hit 1 million subscribers too, right?
Yeah, go get him, Hachiman.
Yeah, I think it's creative.
But please don't send me feet pics.
Don't send her feet pics.
I'm not sending her feet pics, but I don't want to see her feet pics.
Alrighty. Well, do you want to talk about this week in anime?
Sure. I'm gonna start with the only thing I watched.
Is it Skate?
It's Skate.
Alrighty.
Okay, so
you watched the 2 episodes or the 1 episode?
Dude, I watched all 3.
Wait, you missed 3 episodes?
I missed 3 episodes that I was supposed to talk about, really. Okay.
God. Alrighty, well, go on your ramble.
Alright, so, Marcel, you remember Ricky and you remember Longa, right?
Yeah, those were the 2 main characters, right?
Yeah, Ricky's red hair, Longa's blue hair.
Then there was that edgy guy who looked like straight out of a Kiss band.
Shadow, yeah. The weird, like, heel anti-hero. Okay, so second episode ended off with or was it third episode? I believe second episode ended off with a new character being introduced, and then beef starting up, another skate battle pretty much on the Crazy Rocks whatever the skate course thing and Longa is gonna go for a second ride against this person known as Mia.
Yep.
They call him Chinen or something, and he's apparently a Japanese, like, a really, really good skater. He's apparently going for, like, a national, Japanese national skater or whatever. I don't know. He's supposed to be a national hopeful or something.
Dude, why is this show so fucking BL?
It feels like it, doesn't it? Like, it's literally another...
I'm just looking at some of the character designs and Jesus Christ. I feel okay. That's funny that you brought that up because it does feel even more and more as I watch the episodes. Yeah,
Mia comes in, this young person who is like who actually has a little bit of trouble like with dealing with people because they can't deal with his brilliance, basically. And it's not revealed till the end of that episode, but basically he's like people don't want to be around him because he shines too much, in a sense, especially when it comes to skating. So he gets invited by Adam, who is apparently one of the founders to make the S Club and found the whole track thing, the whole beefs and everything like that. Adam told him to challenge Longa, and so he decided to do that. They have a little bit of a training montage, and Ricky then realizes like Longa has really hard times like turning on his board because he's so used to how the snowboard is just basically you don't need to, when you turn or go straight or turn, it doesn't really stop you right off the bat. Like you could do sort of a 360, you could basically do a full turn and it still wouldn't break or anything, but on wheels on a skateboard, when you turn just slightly even, you just break on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
So Ricky finds that out and basically decks out the skateboard again. He made it like a custom one for him, and he decked it out once more so that the front wheels would kind of would have the ability to kind of turn slightly. So whenever Longa goes on tight corners or anything, he would not stop. He would just keep going like a regular snowboard. So they do the whole beef. They go through. Looks like Longa's gonna lose because he's Mia or whatever, Chinen, so short that it's going so fast at the very beginning. But then he pulls off some really, really crazy moves on the stupid board. And I keep thinking to myself, this wouldn't work out in actual like skateboarding like capabilities, right? Because like the very front two wheels are completely almost like can do 360s almost in a sense. So that would be absolutely crazy for an actual skateboarder because you use turning to brake. But then they make the comment like, oh, it's because he's a skateboarder, like or snowboarder, that literally Longa's the only one who could skate like this. And I'm like, okay, anime plot armor, I guess. Makes a little sense. But he basically uses the new features to win, and then Mia loses, blah, blah, blah. Adam, the founder guy, comes in and is just like, absolutely, he's the absolutely, like, weirdest dude. He's got, like, this matador feel, Spanish kind of matador look with the mask on, and his skateboard has horns on it on the front.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. That's just...
It's like
he has the ability called a love hug, which allows him to seem like he's riding uphill.
Yes, that I'm getting to is so weird. But no, yeah, he's got this like weird matador feel, and I'm like, this is starting to get kind of really flamboyant. Cause this
Chewy, I feel like I'm watching boys love with skateboarding.
Basically, this feels like it a little, yeah, at times. But basically, Adam just like compliments Longa and goes off, and then tells Mia like, no friends, no skating, like you have nothing left, you are nothing, or something. And then Ricky stands up and is like, apologize to him. It was like, or else, I'm gonna make you change your mind or something with the beef. So then he challenges him to a beef. So now Ricky's doing the whole training montage, and he's got to learn how to do some different tricks, or else he's gonna get his ass handed to him, because apparently Adam is such a dangerous beef opponent or whatever, because he's literally, apparently everybody that he's gone against has been injured very badly somehow. And
to be honest, Adam does feel like a main antagonist just by his look.
He pretty much is. So yeah, there's training montage, get to the point where they then go out on the beef. And like the way Adam skates is so different. The way that they actually detailed it was that it was a love ritual.
Yeah, hence why his thing is called Love Hug.
It is so weird. But basically, he like does several things that like basically disrespects Ricky. At the very beginning, when the signal to go starts, basically Ricky goes off and has a head start, and Adam just stays back and smokes a cigarette. The very beginning. Then he decides to just freaking book it down the hill and just jump onto his longboard, and he just absolutely tears through all the turns and curves that he catches up to Ricky, still with the cigarette in his mouth. Then he grabs Ricky and like pulls him in or something, and their boards are together, and he's like dancing with them, and I'm like, this is what? He also like pushes him down as well, so there's like head almost like touches the ground as they're like basically racing down this hill, and then he puts his glove down and like sparks fly into like Reiki's eyes and stuff like that. It's like, ugh. It gets more and more dangerous at the point. And then yeah, he uses the love hug, which is basically apparently this technique. He goes straight up ahead of his opponent and then does like a weird 180 backwards, kind of angles up his board slightly, so he just takes slows down his speed just a little bit, but he somehow maintains his balance going backwards, then drops his board and opens up his arm, so it looks like there's an illusion of him coming at you and coming in for a hug. But basically Ricky bails because of that, because he's right in front of him, and he's coming, because he's slowed down and he turned around, he's going at him at a very fast pace, or very fast speed, and is about to collide, so he just bails and just flies past him and just flops off to the side, and he loses the beef. I think he breaks his arm, actually. And because Adam won that, he won the beef, so his prize was that he got to face against Longa. So then Longa faced him afterwards in the next episode. But then there's this weird feeling as well in this next episode when Longa starts training and everything, because Mia and Shadow, the guys that like lost to Longa, are now helping him out by teaching these things. And then there's all these other veteran writers that have already been introduced, like Joe and Cherry, who are apparently co-founders with Adam to make S and the whole beef thing. And they start like giving him ideas or talking to him about like how the love hug works and stuff like that, and teaching him techniques. And Longa starts to process this so quickly that he's just like, he wants to go against Adam. Even though he's seen how dangerous it is, he still wants to do it. And it was almost like Reiki a little bit in the beginning when he faced off against him, but it was like felt different a little bit. He went against in episode 5. He went against Adam and skated against him. And Adam tries to do the same thing basically, but Longa just waits for him as he smokes a cigarette, and he's just like, as he's about to smoke a cigarette, and he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, I'm being disrespectful to you. So then they just both jump in right away, going super fast down the hill. He tries the same whole dancing thing with him, works off a little bit, but then Longa smiles halfway. Like, he starts to smile a bit as like Adam just talks to him about like the dangers of how close they are to being like bailing basically at these high speeds and doing these stupid things. But he half smiles and just decides to pull him in and do a tight turn spin, and I don't know, things get really weird after that. He tries out the love hug on him, and everyone had this theory or whatever that the love hug could only be done like in a straight way because he wouldn't be able to do it on a turn, at the very end area, there's like a lot of turns, so they were like, bank yourself on being ahead of him the entire time except for the last part, if you need to. But he actually pulls off the lug hug right on a turn, and he syncs himself up with Langa as he's turning around this bend, and Adam's going backwards. So he and Langa are meeting up in this weird like angle, and right at the very end, Langa then decides to do this crazy, I don't know what they call it. It was a snowboarder move, but he decides to basically just fly off the edge of this turn and basically do a little bit of a flip over him. And then Adam looks at him and he sees angel wings on Langa. And like this whole like painting or something. Yeah, he sees angel wings on Langa and like he feels the snow or whatever. He feels like there's snow falling. And he's just like, he just stops in the middle of this race. He gets off his skateboard and just stops right there as Langa just keeps going down the hill. And he goes like, he just starts clicking his heels like a freaking crazy matador. And he's like, you are the one. You might very well be my Eve. And I'm like, this is getting really BL. So then he just like, I don't know what he does, but apparently he just like, he goes supersonic at this point. You thought he was going fast before. He's going even faster. He's grabbing people's like the spectators' like legs as he's making these tight turns so he can like swing from them basically. And he's just doing it on every single turn. And he's going at these absurd speeds where he's like dragging them down off the sides. And he catches up to them, up to Langa. And his eyes start like having this weird space in between. And he goes in front. And Langa is suddenly being drawn in for some reason. And he sees the same space for like a brief second. Everything around him turns into space, this weird like space of some sort. I'm thinking it's like maybe the zone or whatever, their equivalent of the zone. But he only sees Adam in this space all of a sudden for a brief second. And then he's just like, what was that? And then the police got called in or whatever. And then they had to cut it short. So everyone had to bail and run away. And yeah, Ricky then told Langa never to skate against Adam again and stuff like that, blah blah blah. It just seemed really extra BL a lot of the times, especially the dance scenes with Adam, not gonna lie. But yeah, that skate's getting weird. It's getting really weird.
I can literally just see that by looking at the show itself, which is Jesus crikey.
Another one thing besides like all the the animation has been great. Everything so far has been great. Like even just character development has been all right so far.
Outside of making you question your own sexuality.
But there's actually one more thing. There was actually one more interesting detail I noticed. They brought up a lot of Canadian things.
Oh no! No! Chewy, don't tell me.
The stereotype of Langa always being like, I want to eat poutine. Like, okay, there's one point, I think in episode 4, where they went to one of the veteran writers, Joe's place, and he's like a chef at an Italian restaurant, and they're like, they come in and he's like, everyone's just saying like what they don't like or what they want to eat or whatever, or they can't eat. Yeah, and then Langa's just like, I want a large poutine. And then there's the episode before that where they were, Mia and Shadow were training with Ricky, and Mia was trying to teach Ricky a move to fight against Shadow, and they went to an A&W, Marcel, an A&W restaurant, because there's A&W restaurants in Japan, Marcel. So they went to an A&W restaurant, they ate a whole bunch of burgers, and they drink A&W products and everything. And then at the very end, you see Longo with just a pile of burgers, and then the waitress comes. A waitress comes over and says, "Here is your large serving of poutine." Next thing you know, I'm gonna be getting like, he's gonna get like, you want maple syrup on your pancake? Like, you want to go to Timmy's, eh? Get a double.
If he ever says, I am shooting that show to the sun.
You want to get a double from Timmy's?
Oh my god. Can we move on?
But yeah. It's been good.
God. Again, if he ever says, I'm going to be sending that show into the fucking stratosphere.
Okay, your versus that was the only show I watched.
You know what show I don't think I've talked about that much this year?
Log Horizon.
No. Dr. Stone.
Oh. Okay.
What? Did you want to talk about Log Horizon?
No, but I just thought you wanted an answer, and that was my answer.
No. Well, I mean, I just didn't expect you to actually say Log Horizon. But anyway, Dr. Stone, it's been, talking about another 11-episode anime, it's been decent, you know? It's capitalizing on all the built-up of animosity for the war, but then it did something unexpected last week. You know, the main antagonist in this season has been Tsukasa, right?
Tsukasa?
Yeah, the muscle guy.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, him. You know him, right?
I do know him.
That's
how his name is something else.
They did an amazing job at giving him depth, because throughout the whole time, you've been looking at the show, and it's probably like, oh, it's just brains versus brawn, right? It's more than that, though. Because Tsukasa revealed his motives this week.
Oh.
So
he did, though.
No, like, you know how he's like, I want to bring back the world through brawn, but with only, like, no adults, right? So he's been smashing all the adult petrifications.
I thought he said he wanted to reshape the world or whatever, because he didn't want any adults because they were corrupt and stuff like that. He only wanted the young with potential and things like that.
Yeah, but he goes into really why that is and why he's against science.
Okay.
And it's exactly what you said. I'll give the line exactly, but he says something along the lines of humanity took science too far.
Okay.
So because humanity took science too far, he doesn't want science to come back, because he believes that if science does come back, it's just going to end up like it was, you know,
before,
when it all went to hell.
Interesting. So he believes that science was sort of the source of the corruption, in a sense.
Yeah, he pretty much said something along the lines of, he believes that science and, like, the power gained from it is what is the corruption.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna, okay. God. Damn it, this is when I wish, like, freaking Senku was just a historian in this case instead of a scientist, so he could be like, well, actually...
Well, I mean, he says the world was tainted due to countries using science as weapons. Here's the thing, and this is what I find interesting. He doesn't believe in removing science, but he believes in restraining it.
Oh man. Just...
What?
I can't follow that logic. I'm sorry. There's like a little bit. I feel like there's a tiny hint of something. Yes.
Here's the thing. I get it, because he is kind of right. It's science that led to the nuclear weapons. It's science that led to a lot of weapons.
Okay. That's fair. It's a tool, basically, in a sense.
Yeah.
And because it's evolved to that point, it's like you can obliterate people in basically seconds when you use it.
Like tomorrow, Joe Biden could wake up, press a big red button, and a country would die.
Right. But, okay, here's another way of looking at it, too. If we were to go back, like, before guns, before gunpowder and stuff like that, maybe a little bit before the medieval ages, if there was somebody in higher power or, like, several nations that had really high power and there was something that was influencing them or something in that case, all of them had the same ideas of, like, I don't know, either not liking a certain race or not liking a certain faction or not liking certain people or whatever, or religions and stuff like that, it would still, go off. We would have...
I agree. Corruption would find a way to seek itself out no matter what.
Yeah, and there were, of course, history has shown that they couldn't keep doing this because, A, they would run out of resources really quickly and run out of men and stuff like that. But if somebody had basically the power with, like, basically the most, populated empire, with most dedicated followers, with the most supplies, but, like, barely little science, with barely little, like, medieval range science area, you could argue that they could have taken their whatever the fuck it is, a vendetta of whatever sort against whomever, and it could have ranged for years.
Oh yeah, honestly. No, like, that's the thing about Tsukasa, though, and why I like this story turn from him. It shows him, it shows the story is more than just muscle versus brain. Like, Tsukasa, but... while his ideals may be flawed, his ideals are still something that you can look at and say, no, I get it. Because you can make the case that science has led to a lot of the problems in the world. But
this almost feels very similar to the whole argument of, is guns the problem or is the person that or the firearms owners are the problem? It's obviously, I'm so sorry, Marcel, but this is obviously the firearms, like, owner, not the firearm itself.
100%.
Yeah, so this is, again, this is just basically, Marcel, analogy towards that.
Yeah.
So this is definitely, this almost makes me feel like these are the anti-gun people.
Here's the thing,
and Senku is the woke right wing who has to go, yeah, fuck you. It's actually whoever pulls the fucking trigger.
Here's the thing about Senku, though. It's like he's trying to do all this, like beat Tsukasa. His whole idea is, I'm going to beat Tsukasa without killing a single person.
Yeah, to show them it ain't the freaking firearm, son. It's whoever pulls the trigger.
And here's the
don't ban no firearms.
And here's the thing that I'm gonna like. I want to see moments where Senku is forced to be like, how can I get out of here without killing someone?
Right? Yeah.
I want to see moments like, but just adding that little thing to Tsukasa, it's just like, okay, he's more than just a musclehead. Sure, it may be flawed, but somebody that young could see the world like that.
Yeah, yes. And I suppose because he's also trying to restrain science in a sense, you could also look at it like, oh, okay, so he's just like doing a firearms restriction kind of thing.
Like it seems that he understands the importance of science, but he also believes that if you let science go unchecked, well, we're going to see nuclear bombs and tanks.
And
also, it kind of explains why he's so against reviving adults. Because, as you said, he thinks adults are the one who brought in corruption.
Or are already corrupted, really.
Yeah.
Because they already have their ideals and stuff like that.
Also, here's a question based on science. Is the nuclear bomb is the best and worst thing ever invented?
Best and worst thing?
Yes, because it's the worst because it kills millions, destroys entire places, right?
You could just get radioactive poisoning and have cancer from it.
But it's the best because the nuclear bomb itself, its existence, has pretty much stopped wars just by the fact that it's actually there.
That and nuclear power.
Yeah, because the phrase mutual assured destruction is literally in the dictionary because of the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, Dr. Stone was its best episode this week.
So yeah, like that kind of just, I feel like that's kind of a weird, I don't know if it's a contradiction per se, but it's just like, it feels a little odd that he thinks, that science is the problem, but he knows that science is still a good asset, so he wants to just restrain it. But
I mean, you could say that guns are the problem, but the guns also help people protect people, so you want to restrain it, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of that, like, no, yeah, but he believes that it is the source of all the, or he believes that's the source of the corruption at that point. So if I believe the guns is the source of all corruption, I would just get rid of it. But then he then says, and double backs in a sense, but it's useful. So
well, he never said. It's weird.
It almost seems like he's double backing with when he says, "But I understand the importance of science, so I want to restrain it." It's like going back. Okay, I know guns is the problem, but I know like guns can also help out, so I must say restrain the guns.
But you also have to look at his science is so many things.
Yeah.
So while he believes that science has also led to a lot of the world's problems, i.e. war, tanks, disease, it's also saved a lot of lives simply through medicine, right?
Medicine, the convenience, etc., etc. But I feel like that's the wrong order to put it in. It's war that's created science, basically, or had the advancements in science and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you could literally see somebody being upset at science due to it. Like, it wouldn't matter if, it's created so much medication when it kills your family, in an example, right?
Sure, but I feel like we're getting cause and effect flipped here, at least for him. Because now this entire thing is about war, so this is kind of traditional with war. There's now science, like, advancements. He's basically creating the thing that he doesn't want, or he wants to restrain, almost.
Well, Senku is creating science. Tsukasa, he's got nothing to do with it at this point.
Yeah, no, but he's creating the conflict, though. Really, if there was no conflict with Tsukasa, Senku would probably still be taking his married name all time at this point. But because there's Tsukasa as a factor, he's starting to advance further and further because he understands. So
Tsukasa is becoming the corruption that he hated, really.
Yeah, yeah, isn't that freaking ironic?
I mean, that's just great character, if you ask me.
Great character. That's good writing, I feel.
Yeah.
But
and I'm interested to see where it goes. It's episode 5 next week out of 11.
Okay.
With Senku, the episode literally ended with Senku creating a car.
Yeah, I saw that.
Also, for some reason, when I'm full screen on Crunchyroll, I can't take screenshots anymore. It just comes up as a black screen.
Oh.
Yeah, that's weird. Speaking of Crunchyroll, though, can we talk about Attack on Titan?
Go for it.
I am just... You ever just look at a show and just say, holy crap, that's really good? That's Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Like, the final season has been handled so well by MAPPA, considering this is the first time they've ever had Attack on Titan, right? But continuing with season 3 and how season 3 growed the narrative really well, season 4 just exploded. I think they have represented Marley so well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the villains. You know how Marley are pretty much Nazis, right?
They're the Nazis.
They did a great job in representing the indoctrination part of it with Gabby.
Okay.
Because as everybody knows, as everybody notices, Gabby's the one who killed you know who, right?
Killed me.
He killed, I just sent you the name. I'm not going to say it.
Killed me.
But people are like, oh, I hate Gabby. And I'm just saying that, like, no, that's amazing character work because she's the perfect personification of the indoctrination that Marley's been doing. Because you know how it's just like, we're going to make you hate that person. Why? Because we hate them. It doesn't matter what you think. We're making it you hate that one person. And you get no choice in it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you see what I mean there. How Marley pretty much from the outset taught everyone, those people on the island, they're the devil. And it doesn't matter who they are, what they do, and why they're doing it. They must die.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense as to why Gabby would shoot her. That isn't a bad character. That's amazing. Add on the fact that I think last episode, introducing more of the world, like we saw a black person for the first time.
That's I don't know. That's I just realized, there wasn't really any black people.
Yeah, no, for the first time. Yeah, and literally they point that out, and it's just like, why is your skin color black? And he's like, oh, it's because that's how God made me.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, dude, this show, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It is actually insane how much in quality Attack on Titan has jumped up since season 1.
Yeah.
All right?
All the character development, yeah.
Yeah, the character development, the story turns. Like, it's actually insane to think about how far Attack on Titan has come. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about this episode and how I really like how the narrative about Marley has been really well.
Oh. This is... Oh my gosh.
What's up?
Man, no. Yeah. I get it. I get it. No, it hit me. It hit me. Yeah. The whole season 1 to season was it 5, 4?
Yeah, 4.
It's just, Attack on Titan has really changed. Like, you see everything much differently now. It's
season 1 was pure energy. It was just pure energy. Season 2, you could see the narrative coming out, but it was not there precisely. The weight between season 1 and season 2 hurt this show. But then season 3, part 1 was all narrative, and it was actually insane how good it was. And then season 3, part 2 is just like, yeah, you remember how Attack on Titan was pure action? Yeah, let's do that with the narrative this time.
Right.
And like, it's gonna be interesting. We got the final season is 16 episodes, so we got quite a bit left.
Yeah.
And it's also clear that Aaron's now the bad guy. So, ha ha ha.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but I think that's all I really wanted to talk about this week.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, I could talk about ReZero, but I've talked about it so much. What's the point of continuing, right?
I mean, you talked about Attack on Titan a couple times, so...
Yeah, I mean, Uma Musume's been great. I'm wondering where the story's going for this year. Mushoku Tensei was interesting. I wouldn't say it was a great episode. Wonder Egg Priority continues to be interesting. Log Horizon has its election going. Beastars continues to be Beastars. They introduced a very, very boys love alpaca. Yeah, no, there's not really much else to talk about. I could talk about Spider.
Okay, go for it.
No, I mean, it's a strong show. I'm just kind of wondering when the shit's gonna hit the fan, if you know what I mean. I know it's 24 episodes, so they got some time, but like...
Oh, it hits the fan a couple times.
Like, they just introduced Shun's brother, Julius. Like, he's in the cave that Kumako's in, the spider. So, like, I'm kind of wondering, is there going to be... Since I know Kumako runs into humans soon.
I think she runs into them a couple times, but yeah.
And it continues to be entertaining as all hell. Like, I'm loving it. It's a blast.
Oh, yeah. No,
but it seems to be trying to set up its narrative with, like, Kumago trying to get out and then Hugo just being a dick.
There are a lot of oh shit moments actually in that well, I don't know if the enemy's gonna use it, but in that manga, so I would clench your butt cheeks a couple times, honestly.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, and Horimiya continues just to be solid. It's just really good. The entertainment's there. The presentation's amazing. It's a little fast-paced, but because it's completely dedicated just to one relationship and not a love triangle, it's really good.
Makes up for it. I was trying to watch World Trigger, but no, I haven't gotten to it. But it's still apparently the whatever neighbors are still attacking, and I think they started to shift over into the actual the ranking war, so I'll get back to that next time. Also,
yeah, I may watch World Trigger season 1 one day.
Out of the like blue there, Marcel, when you see some art, you just know, don't you? You just know. No, when you look at certain types of art and stuff like that, you just know in the back of your mind, this guy's done hentai. This guy has drawn hentai.
What did you find?
I didn't find anything. I'm just saying, it's just you know when you know type of thing. Anyways, that was all I wanted to say, really. There wasn't really much else. Did you watch Slime? Did you watch Jobs for Reincarnation?
Yeah, like I said, I watched all those.
Did you watch Redo of a Healer?
I will never touch that show as long as I live.
The Wonder Egg Priority? Cells at Work? 7 Deadly Sins? Okay. I will say I do want to get into Kemono Jihen or whatever it's called as well. They don't actually have an English name.
Yeah, I hear a lot liking that.
Yeah, I want to get into that, and you know what? Just because I haven't really hit enough of my ecchi quota, I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the hidden dungeon only I can enter, because there's just not enough ecchi stuff in my life, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll get back into. I wonder how bad Back Arrow is actually. No, it's still pretty bad apparently. Okay. I will, and the Hortensia Saga is also pretty bad too. Okay, I can't wait to get into all the bad stuff here. I will get into all the bad stuff for us, Marcel. I will never have to watch it again. Never. Okay, on to the main topic today.
Yeah, the main topic. So this is going to be a bit different since this is not something we usually cover, but I found it interesting. So there's this YouTuber I watch. His name is Super Eye Patch Wolf. You heard of him?
I know SSSniperwolf that's the guy that used or girl that used to be a guy or something.
I don't know who this is, but it's this guy. He pretty much does long running videos on everything from media. Like the Fall of the Simpsons is one of my favorite videos he's ever done, right? He also did videos on Bleach, villains in wrestling. He did a video. He did a lot of videos on Shenmue. But he has this consistent running series called The State of Shonen Jump every year, right?
Okay.
So he's been doing it since, I want to scroll down to find his last one, 2017, I believe. Yeah, 2017. And where he pretty much looks at Shonen Jump over the entire year, right? And this year really interested me because Shonen Jump is going to a place that is very interesting.
Okay.
So you know how Shonen Jump over the start, right, was dominated by One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, right?
Yes.
And as things came on, things changed. One Piece and Naruto was joined by stuff like Haikyuu. And then when Naruto ended, My Hero Academia moved up, right?
Okay.
So we're looking at Shonen Jump in a way that's interesting now because now they just released, like he just released his video, right? And the top 10 were Black Clover, Act Age, Dr. Stone, Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, Promised Neverland, Jujutsu Kaisen, Haikyuu, One Piece, and Demon Slayer. Right?
Yeah.
5 of those manga have ended or have been canceled, as in the Act Age situation. Yeah, the author being a pedo. By the way, I wish the artist finds somebody else because, oh my god, her art is actually incredible.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. Anyway, so Shonen Jump is losing they're losing 5 series in its top 10, right?
Yeah. I really do hope that Act Age actually, does find somebody.
And I wanted to talk about that because it begs the question. There's a couple things I want to focus on. One, as he points out in his video, would it be a good idea for Shonen Jump to go full online now instead of having its weekly manga base, right? And 2, just how fucking insane Demon Slayer was this year.
Okay, so I don't know if this is this a legit site? Okay, I looked up Shonen Jump and I looked up Viz.com, the guys that do Shonen Jump.
Yeah, Viz Media.
There is a site, Marcel, that says Viz.com/Shonen Jump, and I'm able to read the chapters here.
Yeah, I use it right here. It's how I read My Hero Academia. It's how I read Black Clover. They release a chapter each week.
Right. So is this not like a lot of online type of thing?
Yeah, they do this too. They have a thing called Shonen Jump Plus, where they release a whole bunch of their manga, right? But they also release specific manga that are only online based. So like the 2 examples he gave are 2 shows I'm actually really interested in, and that's Spy X Family, which is apparently released only online, and I believe the other one was called Kaiju number 8. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Kaiju number 8.
Is that the one where like they're fighting the somebody gets like a big gigantic kaiju like kills a bunch of people, and one of the people's like the main character's like lover or something, and he goes crazy.
Pretty much the two main characters, Kafka and Mina, were like, we want to join the defense force. And while Mina becomes like a total badass, Kafka is a failed shit.
Oh, never mind then.
But
never mind.
But in the end, Kafka gains kaiju powers.
Oh.
To turn himself into a monster, and he really just wants to be with, the girl he loves. Stand on the same place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, apparently those two are being released specifically online. And that's where I'm going to bring the question. Are we going to see a day where Shonen Jump literally just goes online with no, hard copy release?
You know what? Probably, but not today. Not probably within the year or anything either. Go
more into it, probably, we already see, like you said, Viz Media, which is, for English, right? Gets a bunch of stuff, if I want to see, let me just They have everything from One Punch Man. They had Demon Slayer. That's how I read Demon Slayer. Dr. Stone. They get chapters for stuff. They get chapters for One Piece. They have a lot of stuff. But, is there going to be a time where, Shonen Jump is only online?
You know what? Yeah.
Because there's already Shonen Jump Plus, which is an only online thing, which has its own releases, and it's even Shonen Jump had Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah. Chainsaw Man is pretty decent.
Yeah, which is getting its own anime by Mappa, which is going to be sick.
It's pretty crazy.
It had its own Chainsaw Man was on Shonen Jump. Chainsaw Man 2, the sequel, is going to be on Shonen Jump Plus. So, does that kind of say that maybe Shonen Jump are even realizing, hey, we're losing a lot here in the print media?
Yeah. That could be the case, I suppose.
Because really, outside of Demon Slayer, there weren't many manga in the top 10 that went up in sales.
No, yeah. All right.
So that begs the question, how long do you think print media Shonen Jump is going to last? Because really, if things keep going the way they are, I don't know if print media Shonen Jump lasts till the end of the year. Because, I went online with reading manga now. Reading Clover, I'm reading My Hero, I'm reading Seraph at the End.
I feel in our cases, we kind of have to, though, because there's not a lot of...
really. We can literally go to Amazon. I can go type down Amazon and go find one of the latest chapters.
Yeah, but it'd be more expensive and more tedious for us, really, than it is for, say, hey, I can go to the convenience store. And there you go. There's Shonen Jump.
That is true if you just want to stand there reading it, right?
No, and it's also cheaper.
Yeah, that is fair. But let's go an example and say if you wanted to buy the volumes, right? So say you wanted to get all the volumes, you wanted all the memorabilia. You could literally get the second latest volume of My Hero Academia for about $14.
Oh.
That's volume 26, by the way.
I feel like it's a yes and a no. Because I don't know. I feel like people who really, really buy a lot of actual paperbacks, who buy a lot, I'm talking a lot, everything basically of that series. I would think if they really liked something, they would buy the paperback at that point.
Yeah, that's why you do check volume sales with Shonen Jump as well. because while Shonen Jump has its own weekly thing, there's still the actual manga volume sales.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really see it happening super soon, but
okay, yeah, no, maybe I am being over dramatic. I just feel that it won't be too much longer before Shonen Jump, the weekly magazine with a chapter from random manga, is just gone.
Yeah. I mean, it also, again, I feel like Corona needs to be taken in as a factor here, and
yeah, but no, because before Corona, print media was already being phased out around the world.
I mean, yeah, that's true too, because it's like everything's going to electronics now. So,
yeah. I mean, you can see it in media itself. It's more about the online stuff. Podcasters are coming up more and more.
Yeah.
I mean, look at ESPN, for example.
And, like, the popularity of webcomics, too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And webcomics being serialized by entertainment companies online so that you can only, like, see it on their sites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's going into a very different area. And soon enough, yeah, we may lose a lot of things. I mean, we're already kind of, I don't know if it's really per se phased out yet because it still exists, but newspapers are starting they're going.
Like, there's going to be a time where the only media we see is media from online.
I don't know. I feel like that's a sad thing and a good thing as well, because like we're moving forward, right? But at the same
extent, but you also see a lot of people refusing to move forward.
Right, but because people are going into that direction, you're kind of forcing everyone else to, in a sense, now that, like, if you go really if you say, like, I don't know, say the New Yorker decides to do everything online or whatever, or I don't know, Life or Time magazine, or I don't know, all the big names and stuff like that all decide to go up and do online only at this point. Everyone else will have to follow suit at that point, really. And I think that's a great thing and a bad thing at the same time, I almost feel, because yes, we're moving forward. Yes, we have easy access now to pretty much everything, but then we're so reliant on our electronics at that point. What happens at the point where like, people aren't able to, purchase the newest phone or something, because whoever the manufacturers all these electronics and stuff like that, what if it's all bought up? Okay, hypothetically, get all bought by one person and they monopolize everything, and then they just drive prices up at this point. Like, whoever doesn't have electronics then just won't have access to everything then. Literature, educational books, entertainment, news, and current events. Like, it gets kind of scary when you think about it like that. And, like, there's the need then for, like, laws to be put down that, like, not only is internet important now, but you also having access to internet in general too is also very important. So, like, you can't, I'm sure they're doing something like that now, because, like, internet is now super important. It is now considered a necessity for life. So I don't think that's possible, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, what if somebody, like, can't afford it or whatever, now that they can't read anything then at that point? And then there's also, I'm thinking also in, like, the jobs wise, like, that gives up a lot of jobs. Like, whomever, like, repairs these printers and stuff like that, and the people that work in, like, the paper mills and all, like, the places that, like, make the parts for these printers.
But that's the sadness with time changing, though, right?
That's true. I guess that's just,
that's like something that is going to happen no matter what when something changes. Not everything is going to stay the same, right?
For sure, the generation will dissipate. But for all to happen just so suddenly, like...
Well, I mean, media hasn't been changing suddenly. It's been slowly changing for years.
Yeah, which is great, and people are getting the, we're setting up careers now with, YouTube and things like that, and people are taking those seriously nowadays and everything. Media, whatever, personalities, I don't know what they're called really. Social media personalities or whatever. But it's like, if it were to happen right now, I don't know if everyone would be covered, honestly. I don't think everyone would be. But at that point, yeah, then we just gotta move on altogether. It just would kind of suck for those people at that point who didn't decide to move on.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'd say overall, I think it's a good thing. It's a little bit of a back burner bad for people who can't afford newest shit or anything in that matter, or have jobs that are directly affected by that.
On a side note, do you want to see a Spy X Family anime adaptation as much as I do?
Sure, but I also want to see a lot of other things too.
Yeah, but the last thing I want to talk about Shonen Jump is kind of the dethroning of One Piece.
Oh, with the whole Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Yeah, because it's been pretty much One Piece dominating Shonen Jump for its entire run, right?
I mean, it was a very long time. I don't remember when it came out, but yeah.
And there's nothing to increase its sales. I mean, it's sold over 3 million copies, which is 3 volumes, right? Let me get the exact amount. 7 million copies with 3 volumes, right? It probably could have hit 10 plus again if it had a 4th. But then you look at Kimetsu no Yaiba. And the thing that threw me off about Kimetsu no Yaiba
yeah,
is that it wasn't just the total.
It's just how quickly it happened.
No, it wasn't just the total. Like, Kimetsu no Yaiba had 82 million in sales, right?
It was the time. Like, how long
It's the fact that every single one of its volumes outsold everything else.
Oh, like comparison. Okay.
Yeah. So, for example, if you took, the top 22 to 23 as the video shows out, right? Kimetsu no Yaiba has all those spots.
Okay.
Every single volume outsold anything else from anyone else, right? So, the top 22, right? It's all Kimetsu no Yaiba volumes, with only One Piece there in 23rd. Isn't that just mind-blowing?
I mean, when something's good, it's good.
But, I mean, look, I love Demon Slayer. I think it's great. It's not flawless, but, it's the perfect storm, right? Because, the anime series was great. And, of course, this year began with Demon Slayer episode 19 trending worldwide.
Oh, look at all these random notifications.
But, again, I want to point out, 82 million.
I mean,
compared to 7.
Something's good. It's good, man. It's
I get that, but, One Piece has been good. Haikyuu's been good. My Hero Academia's been good.
Everyone's got the boners for, Nezuko and stuff like that, and Tanjiro. And everyone else.
This was just a perfect storm of the anime ending at such a high point, and then the movie just taking over the entire fucking nation of Japan.
Lol. Much.
I just can't get over the fact that not only Kimetsu no Yaiba dethroned Demon Slayer, but it dethroned them in such a margin that it made. I say this jokingly. I wouldn't be surprised if Kimetsu no Yaiba hit the top 10 in sales again.
Even
though it's ended.
Oh, even though it's ended.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe.
Because there's either another anime season or another movie coming.
Probably a movie first.
Well, they just had another movie.
Okay, well then, yeah, maybe another season.
So they may do another. Pretty much, I think they're either going straight movies from now on, or they're going to do another anime season.
Okay, yeah.
But like, there's a chance Kimetsu no Yaiba may stick around.
I mean,
but here's a question I want to ask you.
Ow.
You remember how I pointed out that like Shonen Jump is losing 5 of its top 10, right?
Yes.
Do you think that's something recoverable from? Because in terms of shows that ended, Demon Slayer's over, Haikyuu's over, Promised Neverland's over, Chainsaw Man's over, Act Age was canceled, and by all feelings, My Hero Academia is ending soon. So by this time next year, we could be talking about how like 6 of the top 10 shows, top 10 manga are gone. Like, do you think that is going to be, to go back to what we started, do you think that is going to be something that forces Shonen Jump to focus more on Shonen Jump Plus?
God, I don't know.
Because like
by the way, Jinx. I don't know. Maybe I feel like this question probably would have been asked as well back when, like, say, Naruto and Bleach also ended, and what was, I don't know, there's another one that was a big one.
But here's the thing: when Naruto ended, Boruto came straight away. My Hero Academia was there. Demon Slayer was there. Right?
Yeah, so that comes as almost in an aspect to say maybe there's a chance that something else will step up.
But here's the thing: all the other shows left aren't outside of Jujutsu Kaisen. Probably aren't going to step up. Like Dr. Stone's already falling down, right? Black Clover's almost out of the top 10. It shows Jump's desperation a bit that they welcomed 18 manga to Shonen Jump.
That's true. They're just seeing what will be
like
next.
I think they realize that they're in trouble.
They realize they need new cash cows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they probably should have done it earlier, honestly, but maybe it was a little bit late, but eventually something was going to happen anyways. They were going to start this whole process once more.
I bet they didn't think all these shows would be, and all these books would be ending around the same time. Because, like, they probably considered something like Act Age to stick around, right?
At least a little bit longer, yeah. Yeah, but that whole incident, but still, I feel like they should have had something on the back up there and be like,
that's true.
What should we have on the back burner to pop out, or something?
Maybe that's why Shonen Jump Plus is how it is.
Maybe.
Because that, like I said, Kaiju number 8, Spy X Family, Chainsaw Man Part 2.
I mean, I don't know. Did you read Bakuman? I feel like Bakuman opened up my eyes a little bit with like the production of how like certain manga was picked.
I do plan to read it, watch it. Yes.
But yeah, they're pretty. They honestly think about everything very, very like thoroughly.
But they're also very ruthless.
Yeah, that's the whole case, right? They got to think about it. They got to be very, very nitpicky, etc., etc. That's why they the editors take so much time in trying to say if these transcripts or these manuscripts are okay and stuff like that before taking it to the board, like their board, which is like their the main editor and stuff like that. So
maybe we have to ask the question then: are they too ruthless?
No, I think they weren't. I don't think they're too ruthless. I think they're just they were caught off guard, and honestly, they probably should have been prepared for this, but they I don't know. Maybe we just caught them slacking. Maybe.
I am very interested to see Shonen Jump in 2022 because, like, the shows he mentioned could come up, right?
Yeah.
But I would not be shocked if the Shonen Jump Plus becomes their dominant thing.
You know what, Shonen Jump, just ask me to write some crazy ass stuff for you. I can write some crazy ass stuff for you.
And I think that's where we're going to call this episode.
Nobody will like it, but I could make up some crazy ass stuff.
Well, we appreciate your listening, of course. This last topic was a little difficult for us, as we don't know too much about Shonen Jump, but I feel like we did a good job at asking some questions, laying out some things.
You know what? No, make Dinosaur King a freaking manga. There you go.
This has been ARPG, episode 11 or 12.
No Kyodai. Or no, that's Dinosaur Brothers. Never mind.
I'm gonna let Chewy end it now. Because last time when he ended it, I said a bad word.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did. Hey, this is ARPG episode 12, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for watching. And you know what? I just want to drop some knowledge on you guys. There's a manga called Salmon, where a guy masturbates into a river and ends up with a half human, half salmon son. Have a good night, everybody.